You know all those cutting-edge health trends everyone's talking about? Things like intermittent fasting, mindful eating, cellular resets. Well, what if I told you they weren't new at all? What if they were actually perfected like 1,400 years ago? Okay, let's dive into this and explore the Sunnah diet through the lens of 21st century science. It sounds like a pretty bold question, right? But honestly, when you put the principles side by side, the similarities are just fascinating. We're going to break down exactly how these ancient practices align almost perfectly with what modern metabolic science is just now figuring out.
I mean, just take a look at this. On the left, you've got these foundational practices from the Sunnah, and on the right, the core ideas of modern biohacking. It's pretty much the same thing. This suggests the Sunnah isn't just a list of religious rules, but more like a highly sophisticated instruction manual for optimizing the human body, just waiting for us to rediscover it with a scientific lens.
All right, so let's start at the very beginning. That first bite you take after a long day of fasting. Turns out, how you break your fast is just as important as the fast itself. The tradition is super simple and really specific. You break the fast with dates and water. It's a practice millions of people follow during Ramadan. But is there a real biological reason for this exact choice? Well, science says, oh, absolutely. The date is basically a nutritional powerhouse, and it's perfectly designed for this exact moment. You've got carbs for a quick, clean energy boost to a body that's totally depleted. You've got potassium to help rehydrate your cells. And the fiber? Well, that's the real secret sauce. See, after you've been fasting, your body is incredibly sensitive. If you just dumped a bunch of sugar into it, you'd get this massive glucose spike followed by an awful crash. But the fiber in the dates, it acts like a brake pedal, slowing down that sugar absorption. It's the perfect biological key to gently restart your metabolism without totally shocking your system. Okay, so we've covered what you eat. Now let's talk about how much you eat. This is where we find what might just be one of the most effective and ancient strategies for keeping your energy and focus up. This is such simple but really profound advice. Before we even get into the science of it, just imagine that feeling, that lightness it creates. It's a clear instruction for moderation that has some incredible biological benefits. And this chart just lays it out perfectly. Look, this isn't about depriving yourself. It's all about creating balance. By intentionally leaving that extra space in your stomach, you're setting your body up for perfect digestion and avoiding that heavy, sluggish feeling we all know. You know, modern nutritionists actually have a name for this whole process. They call it managing satiety signaling. Get this, it takes about 20 minutes for the hormones in your stomach to send the, hey, I'm full message all the way up to your brain. So the 1/3 rule is this brilliant ancient hack that builds in a time buffer, letting that signal arrive before you've gone and overeaten. And the practical benefit? Well, anyone who has ever fasted can appreciate this one. You get to avoid that overwhelming sleepiness, that iftar coma that makes it so hard to focus on prayers or really anything else. You get the nourishment you need without all the sluggishness. So let's zoom out a bit. We've talked about a single meal, but what about the big picture? The profound impact of the fast itself. Those long hours without food do way more than just make you hungry. They actually trigger a deep cellular level reset. Right now, modern science is completely obsessed with what happens to our bodies during these long periods of fasting. And it turns out it's not just a passive state of waiting around for food. It's a really active period of what you could call cellular spring cleaning. This process is called autophagy. It literally means self-eating. Think of it as your body's internal quality control system. When you fast, your body goes into this conservation mode and starts recycling old, damaged, junk parts of your cells to build new, healthier ones. So here's the really crucial insight. Fasting isn't just about giving your digestive system a break. It is a direct trigger for regeneration. You're not just feeling hungry. You are literally rebuilding yourself from the inside out on a cellular level. It's amazing. All right, so we've looked at how to break a fast, how much to eat, and the incredible cellular benefits of fasting. Now, let's tie it all together into one master concept that modern health science thinks is a key to longevity and wellness. And this table just lays the whole story out so brilliantly. Breaking the fast with dates, that's expert-level glucose management. The 1/3 rule, that's a masterclass in satiety signaling. And the long fast itself is the best way we know to trigger autophagy.
Every single piece is part of a larger, incredibly intelligent system.
All of this leads to a state called metabolic flexibility. This is a huge buzzword in health circles right now, and for good reason. It means your body isn't totally dependent on a constant stream of sugar for energy. It can easily flip a switch and start burning stored body fat for fuel, which is a much more efficient and clean-burning energy source.
The entire cycle of Ramadan, fasting all day, then mindfully refueling at night, is basically a month-long training camp for your metabolism. It teaches your body to become incredibly efficient, to switch fuel sources without a problem. It really is the ultimate metabolic upgrade.
So, as we think about all these incredible connections between ancient wisdom and modern science, it kind of leaves us with one final thought. This Ramadan, maybe the goal isn't just to abstain from food. The real invitation is to transform your relationship with it, using these principles to not just eat less, but to eat with profound intention.